On Carolina Soil with Emily is sponsored by Hearns Fine Jewelry.
Emily, it's Jonathan Blitz. I'm glad to have you here at Mystic Farm Distillery.
Yeah, thank you for having me. I'm excited because on Carolina Soil, you do get a little confused as to why we're at a distillery.
Well, distilleries in North Carolina are really part of the agriculture industry. And we are a pretty unique distillery because we grow our own grain. We lease about 100 acres out in Hillsborough. And what we're producing here is primarily bourbon whiskey. And a lot of people think bourbon came from Kentucky, but in fact, there are records of people making corn whiskey here in North Carolina as far back as 1682.
Oh, wow. So we have you guys actually growing the corn and the wheat. What happens to the mash that's left over?
So exactly. So every week, right now, we're producing about 20,000 pounds of spent mash. And this is a slurry. It has the corn solids and the wheat solids that are left over from the distillation process. Plus it has all the protein from the yeast. So it's really nutritious for cattle feed. And we have a deal with a farmer about 25 miles away, and he'll come and drop off a tanker truck. We'll fill it up with spent mash, and then he'll swap that out for us every couple of weeks. And he takes that spent mash and he feeds it to his cattle. So his cattle are pasture raised, and then every day these cows are eating about 200 ounces of that spent mash for lunch every day, basically.
And you also sell beef here?
We do. So after a few years on the pasture, those cows go to a local processing facility here in North Carolina. It's Temple Grandin Design. It's a very up-to-date and humane place. And then they come back as packaged beef, and it's really spectacular beef. Our customers, as soon as it goes up on the website, they're all over it.
Join us next week on Carolina Soil with me, Emily, for anything and everything agriculture.
On Carolina Soil with Emily is sponsored by Hearns Fine Jewelry.